Unknown Variable, Raven's Ridge.
Looks like our camp is set up. I can't wait to go mountain biking tomorrow.
And spelunking.
What? What was that? Oh, it was just a guy with the big feet.
Well, there are rumors about the park.
Yeah, I heard that a girl went into the lake and came out with blue hair.
And there's a tapping sound at the ski lodge. They said it was Morse code spelling out, "Go away," over and over.
I heard that a meteorite landed in the Forsaken Forest campground. The whole place is glowing.
Glowing? Weren't we planning on staying there?
Sure, but that stuff can't be true. Can it?
Believe nothing of what you hear, and only half of what you see.
Tomorrow we'll find out what's really going on around here.
Guys, look, they've posted warning notices.
Let's each take a notice and split up. We'll meet back here at the ranger station when we've solved these mysteries.
Time for a plan. First, inspect the lodge, then use the device to do some research.
One of nature's most destructive forces, weather, snow, and slope angle, combine to create avalanches.
we need to pick a search type. Complete these activities and we'll get our search results.
Find the word that completes the sentence, then click OK. Keep your eyes on the battery. If you run out of power, you'll have to start over. Such as vultures and hyenas feed upon dead animals. Use the alphabet chart at the top of the screen to find the first letter of the word you want to look up. Then use the arrows on the lower left of the screen to find the word. Organisms on the African plain or act upon one another as members of an ecosystem. There are many different types of saltwater, such as kelp forests and tide pools. An organism's role, or in its community, includes everything it does and everything it needs. An organism that breaks down the cells of dead plants and animals is called a water, wood, air, and gold are some of Earth's natural The rabbits ate the carrots, lettuce, turnips, and corn. Almost everything in the garden. Plants, animals, water systems, and geography come together to form an The state of being different is also called or protection of forests and rivers is important to the well-being of our environment. Now unscramble the letters on the tiles to solve the puzzle. Helps you get down the mountain quickly. You have solved the puzzle.
One down, 2 more to go.
Click Zoom to activate the circuit board. Press X to accelerate. Use the left and right arrows to turn. The large black data chips hold possible answers. Use the down arrow to move to the answer, and then press X. Keep an eye on your battery power. The act or process of inhabiting or occupying. The act of protecting from loss, waste, or harm. The condition of no longer existing or being. To be in danger of becoming extinct or dying off. The state or quality of being clear or transparent. To have used up or exhausted resources. The state of being different or varied.
Only one more activity and we'll have all the info we need.
Choose the synonym or antonym of the word being displayed. But be careful, if you run out of power, you'll have to start over. Dwelling. Bewilderment. Variation. Dwelling. Antonym for decay. Great job!
The search is over. Let's take a look at the results. Look carefully. carefully through all of the pages of results. An explanation for the sounds in the lodge should be here somewhere. The mystery of the scary sounds has officially been solved. Now back to the ranger station. My favorite sport, snowboarding. Let's head back to the ranger station. Pick up as many points as possible and stay away from obstacles. Snow, daring jumps. That was the perfect run.
Select a location to start your investigation.
I think we need a plan. We can start by exploring the cave, then use the device to search for information.
In winter, the vampire bat hangs in caves. He isn't really a bloodsucker. Instead, he uses his teeth to make quick holes in his intended victim. Any warm-blooded animal will do. Then he laps up the blood as it flows from his punctures.
We need to choose a type of search. To get our search results, we need to complete all of these activities.
Find the word that completes the sentence, then click OK. Keep your eyes on the battery. If you run out of power, you'll have to start over. After putting the car into first gear, the driver depressed the gas pedal through the intersection. Many metals are good of electricity. At Hoover Dam, each generates a great amount of energy every day. Causes an object at rest to remain at rest, and an object in motion to remain in motion. The created by water rushing over a waterfall can be used to make electricity. The temperature at which water to ice is its freezing point. Is the amount of heat needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water 1 degrees Celsius. Home keeps houses warm in the winter and cool in the summer. The machine is not operating because some of its parts are worn. The expansion of heated substances is called expansion. Now unscramble the letters on the tiles to solve the puzzle. Often heard in caves. You have solved the puzzle. Echo. 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 Echo.
Only 2 more activities to go.
Click Zoom to activate the circuit board. Press X to accelerate. To make smaller in size or number. Having many uses. Changes into a different form. To draw off to a different course. The regulation of body temperature. A machine that produces electrical energy. Having energy or effective action. A powerful explosive. The act or process of subtraction. Pertaining to or caused by heat.
Our search is almost finished.
Choose the synonym or antonym of the word being displayed. But be careful, if you run out of power, you'll have to start over. Acceleration. Conductor. Versatility. Acceleration. Invasion. Effective. Avert. Invasion. Effective. Adaptable. Lively. Economical. Adaptable. Return. Advance. Smoothness. Return. Advance. Smoothness. Return. Fondness. Power. Exposure. Fondness. Expose. Destroy. Create. Expose. Destroy. Create. Similar. Different. Adaptable. Similar. Smoothness. Resistance. Apathetic. Smoothness. Resistance. Decrease. Expose. Padding. Decrease. Expose. Padding. Decrease. Expose. Padding. Decrease. Expose. Padding. Expose. Adaptable. Inference. Resistance. Adaptable. Inference. Great job!
We have finished our search. Let's study the results. I hope that these pages of results will explain the sounds heard in the cave. I just knew there had to be a reasonable explanation for those sounds. We'd better get back to the ranger station now. Looks like a perfect opportunity to do some four-wheel driving. We'll want to collect points and avoid obstacles on the way.
Select a location to start your investigation.
Okay, here's a plan. First we examine this area, then we use the device to initiate an analysis of the situation.
A deep-sea diver must be properly equipped for his task. His equipment consists of a diving suit, the collar for the helmet, and heavily weighted-down lead shoes. The air hose must be carefully inspected before it is attached to the helmet. Once the helmet has been secured, the air is turned on. The experienced diver takes his equipment, drops over the side, and sinks to the bottom of the sea.
Which type of search should we undertake? Once we complete all of these activities, we'll get the results of our search.
Find the word that completes the sentence, then click OK. Keep your eyes on the battery. If you run out of power, you'll have to start over. A group of colonists banded together to, or refused to buy, English tea. The colonists rebelled against the high placed on tea imported from England. The Pilgrim at Plymouth was one of the first English settlements in North America. The uniformed musicians in the band marched in perfect step to the beat of the drums. Rebellion against the British government was unfavorable to many of the American colonists. Is a person who supports the government during a revolt. Benedict Arnold, in the American Revolutionary War, betrayed his comrades. Paul Revere, contributed to the overthrow of the British government. If you exit the game now, you will lose all your work. The American colonists fought because they no longer wanted to be controlled by England. Although many colonists were, a large number remained loyal to England. Now unscramble the letters on the tiles to solve the puzzle. Keeps you floating if you fall in the water. You have solved the puzzle.
Complete 2 more activities and our search will be over.
Click Zoom. Press X to accelerate. A person who is in favor of, or takes part in, the overthrow of a government or social system. Full of or showing a strong desire to be successful or to gain fame, power, or wealth. The condition of being free from control by others. One who has the ability to imagine or foresee what cannot actually be seen. Characterized by having unclear or unknown meanings. A person who betrays one's country, a cause, or a trust. The condition of being without doubt. A person who held a job or position before another. Having or showing much more ability or knowledge than is usual at a young age. characterized by fighting or struggling against authority.
One more activity and our search will be complete.
This game has two parts. First, find the correct analogy type. Then select the statement that completes the analogy at the top. Boycott is to avoid as is to. Object is to type. Boycott is to avoid as is to. Object is to type. Sailing is to seasickness. Select the content area that you need help with. Select the content. Representative is to Congress as is to sailor is to ship as is to dissatisfied is to protest as is to excellent work. Now you are ready to go. Drive the truck around the maze to pick up as many packages as possible. Watch out for the brown truck and keep an eye on the gas gauge. Rebellious is to defiant as is to Incredulous is to skeptical. Diplomat is to negotiates as is to Flag is to flagpole as is to Fear is to terror as is to Erode is to augment as is to Nice job. Get ready for a wild ride. Drive the truck around the maze to pick up as many packages as possible. Watch out for the brown truck and keep an eye on the gas gauge.
Our search is finished. Let's review the results. Perhaps we'll find information that pinpoints the cause of the Red Lake as we page through these results. Looks like we found our answer. Let's get back to the ranger station. Luckily, I'm an advanced operator of personal watercraft such as this one. It'll be the fastest way to get back. Be sure to collect points and circumvent obstacles.
Select a location to start your investigation.
A plan is in order. Search the campground, then conduct research on the device.
On the Navajo reservation, the corn dance is still celebrated. As in ancient times, the women grind the corn between the matete and the mano. For hour after hour, prayers are intoned for the precious corn crop. Repeated dramatic calls for the blessing of clouds and rain can be heard as the men provide inspiration with their solemn chanting.
When rock climbing, one must be properly equipped. The climber ropes himself into the harness using a traditional figure-8 knot. Rope, harnesses, carabiners, and anchors all contribute to having a safe and enjoyable climbing experience. The belayer's job is to stop the rope if the climber should slip, and our climber makes it to the top. When
We must select a search type. Complete the activities to obtain our search results.
Find the word that completes the sentence, then click OK. Keep your eyes on the battery. If you run out of power, you'll have to start over. Excavated pots, weapons, and statues are all that can tell us about ancient civilizations. If you exit the game, the Aztecs held many religious or rituals at the Temple of the Sun. The boy was filled with and would take all that he could get his hands on. Is the study of the stars and planets. Smallpox, the bubonic plague, and polio are all examples that have made millions of people sick. The Incas could be called an culture because of their talented farming skills. The desire for more land prompted many Americans to participate in a westward Someone who searches for and studies ancient artifacts is called an To be is to be well educated and refined. The Mayas built huge temples that are often studied as examples of ancient American or style of building. Now unscramble the letters on the tiles to solve the puzzle. A professional who works in the wilderness. You have solved the puzzle.
Our search is 33.3% complete.
Click Zoom to activate the circle. Press X to accelerate. Pertaining to farmland or farming concerns. From or living in the country or a rural area. Being at, on, or near the surface. The desire to inflict harm or injury upon another. drowsy, tired, or sluggish. A lack of courage to face danger. Artificial or not natural. Characterized by an appreciation of beauty. Fair or unbiased. A disease affecting many people at the same time.
Our search is now 2/3 complete.
Choose the synonym or antonym of the word being displayed. But be careful, if you run out of power, you'll have to start over. Natural. Global. Fabrication. Creative. Diction. Rural. Industrial. Exciting. Torment. Notice. Frightful. Bravery. Notice. Frightful. Bravery. Liberating. Dictatorial. Signature. Liberating. Dictatorial. generosity, greed, babble, generosity, greed, newness, relics, fluency, newness, relics, fluency, newness, relic, neutral, precise, dishonest, neutral, biased, indifferent, apart, biased, indifferent, apart, biased, indifferent, educational, healthy, plague. Great job!
Search complete. Let's view the results. Scrutinize the results pages for data that could explain the glowing campground. Case closed. Time to return to the ranger station. Case closed. Let's ride back to the ranger station, collect points, and avoid obstacles. excellent ride. All's well that ends well.
Hey guys, I heard another rumor.
More rumors?
Yes, but this one's for real. 4 teenagers were just getting ready to leave the park when suddenly a giant raven started coming after them.
Yeah, right. I'm scared.
I suppose it was circling and circling above them as it prepared to attack! It could follow us home.
All right, girl, you got me. That was good.
That was scary. I
Are you sure you want to leave? Yes. If you want to save your unknown variable, Raven's Ridge.